Here we are, Captain's Log. We're riding the bicycle, nursing the hip though. We've been active, but brother needs to celebrate. This is the first hot day we've had around here since winter time. It's 16:14 and 52 seconds, Sunday, 2019, 3 to 3rd month, 17th day. Captain's Log, brother Russell on the agenda. So we're on our way to Burger King. They got military 50%, 50% period. I'm just gonna say, or 50%. I like to say count. I don't like the word dis. I just say count. Count 50%. You know, until we get it fully prepaid. It's supposed to be prepaid. Everything's supposed to be prepaid because everything's military, folks. And in fact, all military are supposed to get 40 acres and a mule or a John Deere tractor. Did you know that's in the military, secret military contracts? Now, how many veterans do you know around here were given 40 acres and a John Deere tractor or a mule for their service? So that's what we call the deep state, fake media that done screwed all the veterans over, right? But let me take it a step further. Did you know that everyone is considered a veteran, especially those that are living on the street, on the front lines, absorbing all the bullets? That's right. Public policy, international law, human rights violations. Everyone is supposed to have a prepaid house, prepaid food, shelter, tools. Everything is supposed to be needed to live. It's all supposed to be prepaid. And why is that? Because we all labor. So what's been going on though is that the private central bankers and their hired military tax collectors have been hoarding all the resources on the planet and giving everyone scraps and telling them to beck and call at their command. And that's human rights at the international level. And that's the system that we're cleaning up right now when the president talks upon draining the swamp. Okay? Now, let's go a little bit further to the Kundalini Buddha Eastern realms, mixing in with the legal West. Okay? There's the thing called inside every one of us called the heart. And when we call our brother and our sister a fool in our hearts, that's the inner swamp that keeps attracting this outside swamp, the corporate situation. Everything we see around here is a corporate mirror from the inside swamp, where we keep telling ourselves as we're driving down the street, that sucker, he just cut me off, I hope the sucker crashes, right? We keep doing this, folks. If we keep repeating the same old jack all the time on the inside swamp, it's always going to be all around us in the corporate world. And that's what I bring to the table at this YouTube video, international and universal realms, getting these training films out to everyone and making it real, because we've all heard everyone speaking on the inside, we must go inside, but we've never really brought it down to the real world and said to ourselves, oh damn, I just stubbed my toe. And the minute you stub your toe, you should think to yourself, what did I do to attract this? Oh yeah, I called my sister a dumbass yesterday, no wonder. Okay, now let's go at a higher level. We just had a war, and such soldiers were just drafted into the war, and we've lost brothers and sisters. Why did that happen? Oh, because the last 10 years we've been calling each other, our brothers and sisters in our hearts a bunch of dumb idiots. Do you see it now? Yeah, okay. Now we hear someone really bringing it to the street, to the real table. That's called karma, folks. That's the Kundalini. And the eastern side, they call that the Kundalini. The third eye, have you ever heard of that? Over here in the West, they call it the Jesus story. Someday Jesus is to save me. Over in the East, it's someday we are to save ourselves. Over in the West, it's legal jurisdiction under the jurisdiction of some man. That's legalism. And it's known as the Jesus story. Over in the East, in the international arenas, it's law. And law supersedes legal because legal is out of balance We know this because everything in the legal world is abusive. But it's abusive because we failed to keep putting into practice at an everyday repetition, realizing that, oh, I just cut my finger. Why did I cut my finger? Oh yeah, I kicked the dog, told the dog, get out of my way. Oh, no wonder I cut my finger. That should be the first instant that comes to the heart every time something happens to us. Every time. It should be instant, but most of us don't see it. That's called the mere reflection, folks. Yeah, when we start living with the mere reflection every day, it's just karma. when we live with it every day, every moment. Now the problem is, folks, is that it's hard to live with it every moment because we're busy having to work for someone else. That's the central bankers that got us bent over at the whip. So we ain't got any time to think for ourselves, do we? That's why I'm saying we are resetting the whole banker system across all nations on this planet at this time. And it's known in the public world as draining the swamp. And it's not just Trump. Trump is just a front man. There is a team of us across all nations coming together to bring this wonderful knowledge to everyone. And if you want to call that the Messiah that everyone's been waiting for, over here in the West, they're waiting for Jesus, okay? That's what it is. It's called the audited balance. The cross. The cross is the accountant's book, okay? Where we have a lot of money that's been stolen. Taxes that have been unlawfully collected. The books are out of balance. Humanity's out of balance. The animals are out of balance. All the trees are diseased. The skies are being sprayed up. All the food's been pesticided. And we know this. The medical program, the pharmacies, all the junk they pump into us. It all needs to be audited to the balance. And I'm saying the karmic mirror is a lot of the situation, the inner man, the inner woman inside of us. So next time we decide to, tell such and such to go fly a leap, or someone cuts us off and we say, that sucker, I hope he crashes his car. To catch ourselves and say, whoa, because I know if I keep doing this, tomorrow I might lose an arm. Whoa, what if it comes down to, you ever lost an arm and thought to yourself, oh shoot, what did I do to lose this arm? It's a universal law. It's the attractive law. It's a universal law, folks. It's magnetism, electricity. That which we put out comes right back upon us. And sometimes the universe, in order to wake up our eyes, will have it come back upon us in a big way. That's why you hear a lot of these people that go to the hospital, they say to themselves, oh my God, I went through this situation and now I have a real love for life. Oh, I got a real love for life now. That's because sometimes their eyes are opened in the worst situations than some people see it. Because they're sitting on a bed with nothing else to do but search their heart. And you can't escape the heart when you're sitting there with it all day. You can't be distracted with work. Can't be distracted with relationships. You're just sitting there all day with the heart. And then it finally gets through. Whoa. So that's what we're doing with this international reset. We're creating a whole new system where people can rest and not have to be slaving all this time. Whole new system. We got secret military technology. We don't even need cars. We can levitate wherever we want. Okay? All this stuff is coming out just to bring the people to a resting point where they can start searching within and bring the wonderfulness that they want to attract, whatever it is. You see? That's the whole picture. It's real simple. Though it does take a while for it to be second nature and to explain it. I am considered a teacher. I'm expert in these areas with mucho experience under the belt. I have gone through court foreclosure on property for unlawful tax collection, and I still have the house. And I have an arrest warrant at the international level for all those who participated in the foreclosure. And the president matched that with executive orders. Most people don't know the executive orders that the president has been putting out to match the arrest warrant at the international level that I wrote up, to catch the swamp and bring them to an audited balance. Some people around here know that I have the tax collector, the head attorney, the assistant attorney, and the sheriff under arrest with a real affidavit. A real affidavit. They're under arrest. At any time for me to pull the trigger and to have military tribunal court martials for all those that participated. That includes all their bosses and their employees across all nations. I got everyone under the thumb, and they know it. That's why we're going through the reset. We're having to look at the mirror at our childishness now. Instead of, and my thing is, I'm not here to shoot heads and hang people for treason. Okay? I wrote it up in the paperwork. I'm not here to, but there are some out there that don't understand, and they're going to want to make it happen. But I'm lobbying on the floor to look at the whole enchilada and see what's going on and save everyone. And all the military leaders around here know who I am. Because I know who I am, because I'm the one that created the paperwork, the first one on the whole planet to make it happen. Remember, folks, it's always that first individual that sits at the table and presents an idea, and everyone says, wow, never thought of that, let's give that a whirl. And if it doesn't happen, well, another idea to the plate. Isn't that right? Common sense, isn't it? That's what the board meetings are for. They're supposed to be that way. But the board meetings have been out of balance, and they kick everyone to the curb that wants to speak what's really going on with the self-expression that wants to universally pop out and share everything that needs to be shared. They tell you, shut up, you can't bring that up. Or they ostracize you, cause you, they trick and plan all kinds of stuff to kick you around through the community. I know every trick they're doing. Okay, and when I say them, it's not to blame them, but we know that they are part of the thing. It's the inner self. Remember, see, we get lost in blame. Always the big picture. We always want to go back to the inner self. Why are we attracting this as a humanity on this planet? As the animals on the planet, in the universe. Why is the universe this way? It all goes right back to the root. Because we keep calling our brother and our sister in our heart a dumbass fool. And that's tantamount to murder, right? That's right. That's called child abuse. That's pedophile, molesting. It's the same thing, different words. That's tyranny, and that's treason, and that is against public policy at the international level, and that's why I'm here. The universe raised me up for this. And some people around here in this county know exactly who I am, and others are learning. One summer at a time. Because I preach right from the backyard, right? Because I live right on the bike path. Living radio. I'm not connected to no electronic. I'm not under no jurisdiction stage. I have a free speech zone, just like the court has over there at the courthouse in Lane County. There's a free speech zone called the backyard. And I know how to fully utilize it at the international law level. Backed up with affidavits acquiesced to by everyone. It's a contract. That's all it is. I am a private military judge. JAG. That's a private lawyer, not an attorney. I am a lawyer. I practice universal law. Fully catted up. Commercial affidavit of truth, CAT. Affidavit, sworn, verified, certified, agreed to with signatures. Yeah. So I say all that because, you know, there is a such thing as tough love, and then there's fluff love. And then there's the balance between the two. You know, sometimes there's passion, and sometimes there's the gentleness. You know, but let's not mistake passion for hate, or hate for passion, or anger for passion. Although there's righteous anger, let's not mistake it. And let's not mistake love for limp. Although there is a time to be limp and loveful. What I'm saying is the lean between the two. That's the audited balance. Leaning side to side as we walk. We don't, you know, those of us sometimes we walk like we got sticks up our butt because we're in such a hurry at the slave man's whip. There's no relaxed lean. It's just rush, rush, rush. The audited balance, that's the nice relaxed swagger where the hips and the shoulders lean side to side. Sometimes tough, sometimes loving. Anyway, I hope that helps you all in the YouTube International community. Thank you. Or thank yourself. Thank us all together. Talk to you later.